Halla Mohieddeen, good evening. Today, the United States officially opened its embassy in Jerusalem. However, those celebrations were overshadowed by the deadliest day of violence since the 2014 Gaza war. At least 52 Palestinians have been killed and thousands injured after the Israeli army and Air Force opened fire on protesters with live rounds. He'll face the far-right National Front leader, Marine Le Pen, who came second on 21.5. Now, both candidates have 2 weeks to win over the voters before the final runoff. Live now to Paris and STV's Gordon Cree. Mhairi Black became the first MP to use the C words in Parliament today. The Paisley MP didn't pull her punches during a debate on misogyny, and deliberately so. Do you think that you're targeted specifically because you're a woman or because you're a woman in a position of power?
To be honest, I don't know. Quite often I think it's just because folk have decided that they don't like me.
After your last visit to China, there was a memorandum of understanding signed, which was dubbed the Scottish Shambles after the $10 billion deals collapsed. What lessons have been learned in that regard?
Well, of course, with that memorandum of understanding, there were no financial or legal deals signed.
The stakes are high across the UK, and here in Scotland, the scene is set for compelling political drama. We're saying the Conservatives are the largest party. Our prediction has them on 314 seats. This means the forecast this year is for a hung parliament. Well, let's get across Scotland now and hear from some of our team of reporters. Colin, before we talk about what's happening where you are, could you just give us your reaction to that exit poll? Clovis Casali, you're at the Place de la République. The images from where we're standing are absolutely incredible. I imagine the atmosphere must be electric.
Huge numbers of people.
Lots of developments happening this evening. The French police now, they're saying they've just released a photo of a man they want to know more about. Can you tell us more about this, Marcus? Well, Philip, just as we've been speaking, some news just dropping just now. That the ex-archbishop there, the Vatican, announcing he's been hospitalised and in intensive care just hours before that trial kicks off. And some breaking news before we leave you. Within the past few moments, President Trump has confirmed that the US will pull out of the Iran nuclear deal. The UK's larger firms have just under an hour and a half left to register their average gaps in pay between male and female employees. I mean, she has a point to an extent. We're not comparing like with like. It's very difficult to paint a broad brush over this.
If I go to Iran, if you are a woman, you have to respect and have a veil on your head.
Let's not bring in Iran. I do want to bring up your point, though, and he makes a serious point. There is now a situation of us versus them developing with this at a time where France has been more divided than ever before. Does the wearing of the burkini, the overt display of symbolism, not only risk breaking the law, but also help contribute to this fracturing of French society? Now, last night's Ariana Grande concert was completely sold out, meaning there were around 20,000 people in the Manchester Arena at the time. Well, among them, Vicky McFarlane from Ellen in the northeast of Scotland. She'd just left the concert with her daughter moments before the explosion happened. How's your daughter coping? I imagine this was a fun evening, and to end in those circumstances, it must have been a tremendous shock.
It was absolutely heartbreaking for me to see my daughter so scared.
And Lorraine Kelly joins me now. Lorraine, welcome to the Seven.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here. It's a great show.
This is the Seven, but this is also the seventh appeal
I know.
that you've hosted. It's done some amazing things in Scotland, hasn't it?
It's been phenomenal.
You've been hosting this ever since the inception. Why are you so drawn to the appeal? Why do you keep coming back?
Do you know what? It's the best night of the year.
And the rest, as they say, is history. A very lucrative history at that. Who knew it would be the start of a $25 billion empire? 1 year ago today, we burst onto your screens, bringing you Scottish, UK and international news all in one programme for the very first time.